Addison, obviously, first pinch hit grand slam in World Series history. Can you just walk us through, finding out you were going to get into the game and then the whole at bat there?
Yeah, so they had been talking to me for the last inning or so, to get ready, might come in, and yeah, they kind of just told me when Davis is in the hole, you're going to hit here, and then yeah, obviously they brought in the lefty for me, and I was just trying to put the ball in play, get a run home, hopefully. That was kind of my only goal, and it ended up working out better than that.
Addison, you walked into the Rogers Center yesterday wearing a shirt that said "I hit balls hard," and
Good catch.
And I'm just wondering, just a bit about your confidence, wearing that shirt and obviously being able to make that come true.
Yeah, well, the shirt's it was something the hitting coaches gave out while I was in the minor leagues, I think in 2021. So it was just a free shirt. I mean, I like the shirt, but yeah, I mean, the goal is to hit the ball hard, so I'll take it.
What it was like for you in your moments, but also just as a teammate in the dugout to experience that entire inning play out with that crowd.
Yeah, I think it was just madness. I mean, the fans are so energetic, and we really feel it. And yeah, I thought we put together a lot of really good at bats, and we made things happen, and it worked out.
Did it occur to you, the historical link, you hit the first home run for Toronto since Joe Carter, and the pitch Joe Carter hit was being thrown to Darren Dalton?
Yeah, that's been talked about. So getting named after him, pretty cool. It's kind of a surreal moment of it kind of being full circle for me. But yeah, it's honestly an honor to be named after him.
When did you first realize that link tonight?
I knew that he was the one that was catching when Joe hit the homer. So obviously hitting the homer tonight really, for me, didn't really mean anything for that matter of fact. But overall, it's just a pretty cool moment to kind of have that kind of his name kind of still be honored, even though they lost in that one.
You strike out Ohtani to start Game 1 of the World Series. How surreal is that? How do you feel about that?
I mean, it's my goal to go out there and strike out everybody I face. So being able to start off the game on a hot note was definitely a boost in my confidence. But I mean, it was cool. It was really cool.
Trey, by the time your offense had that 9-run inning, were you like training room, clubhouse? Where were you?
I was in the clubhouse watching on TV.
So were you alone celebrating that, or what was that experience like for you in there?
No, I was not alone. I had some other pitchers in there with me, and we were jumping all around, high-fiving every time. It was great to see the offense rolling 1 through 9.
How did your first World Series game feel?
It was an insane experience that I'll remember for the rest of my life. I wish, personally, I could have done a little bit better, but that's why this is a team sport, and we have 9 other guys on the field. Bo Bichette, his first game at second base, and he makes a spectacular play to get me out of an inning. Just having the confidence in every single guy out there is massive for any pitcher.
And was that a quintessential John Schneider, Blue Jays, all hands on deck kind of victory tonight?
Yeah, that's kind of how we roll, So much credit to the guys up and down the lineup being ready to come into the game. They were ready during BP, talking to Nate, talking to Izzy, Addy. Those at-bats in that inning, starting with Bo's walk, then a knock, it kind of just kept on going. But those were some pretty terrific at-bats from everyone up and down the order, yeah.
John, you've seen big innings before, but given the stage of the World Series, what was it like for you personally to see Barger's big moment and how the rest of that inning played out?
Man, that was I was just talking to Max, who's been through basically everything, and just hearing him say, never really felt an inning like that, in the World Series. My vantage point was pretty cool. I mean, Nate's at bat to work a walk after being down 0-2. Himmy gets the hit, and then I'm trying to force a lefty there. It's 1 out. You trust Barge to have a good approach to hopefully hit a sac fly. Then you get Vladdy against Banda. And Barge, man, he didn't budge. He was ready to go and hit a mistake pitch. So that was a little bit more than what we could have hoped for. But that inning, to watch those guys navigate that was pretty cool.
John, what were your impressions of Bo tonight at the plate and in the field, and what led to the decision to pinch run for him there in the 6th?
I thought Bo offensively looked like him. He gets a knock on a 3-0 changeup. And then working the walk, man, was really impressive. Bo's a tough guy to walk. He's up there ready to hit, So I thought he handled himself really well. His at-bats looked like him. The play up the middle was kind of the thing we were looking for, and he handled it, made a good throw. That was kind of the plan going in, was to see if we can get him 3 at-bats against a starter, see how he's feeling, and probably take it a little bit, play it a little bit cautiously from there. So I love the fact that he was the guy that kind of started that 6th inning.
There are a lot as far as putting the ball in play like the Brewers. I just thought tonight Blake just didn't have good fastball command. He was working deeper counts. When he had count leverage, you really couldn't put him away because they were putting the ball in play. And, there were just a couple bad walks in there. But you got to give those guys credit. They certainly fought.